just did, guys. Look at this right here. Trump administration is now terminating temporary protective status for over 500,000 Haitian migrants in the U.S. Deportations are set to begin immediately. Guys, this is crazy. DHS said now it's time for them to go back or self-deport, guys. This is huge. And the reason it's huge, guys, because this exposes everything. Right here, you are seeing the chart of the Social Security payouts, guys. Right here. This is from the leading report. Social Security sees a record monthly decline. Up at the top right, you can see the decline. This is, guys, this doesn't happen, guys. In Social Security, look, this is for the past just decades, we have always just gone up and up and up and up, and now it's declined. Why? Because they stopped giving migrants, non-citizens, your hard-earned money. Guys, this is insane. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, we are living in history right now with what we are showing you and exposing all this fraud, this waste, this abuse. And not only that, Atlanta Fed predicts the CBO underestimates GDP by 60%. They're trying to sandbag Trump. They're trying to just hold him back. They're trying, Jerome Powell's not lowering the federal interest rates, and we are just seeing a coordinated attack on the economy from these left-wing activists. Sweetie Pie, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. Said Joel, you are the best. I love all the news you give. Thank you so much, Sweetie Pie, for the chat. And Victor Basil, thank you so much for the super chat. Say glad to be a part of the history to make the better future for our kids with our President Trump. Let's go, MAGA. I love it, guys. If we are winning and what you're about to hear next, guys, this is some massive, massive news on what's coming out this weekend, guys. Huge news. We're bringing it for you. The breaking news. We don't stop, guys. We are on it. Listen to this.
What does this weekend really entail? Maybe one or two sticking points that you think you can iron out.
Well, here's where I think we are, Harris. Well, I believe in teamwork. It gives you somebody to blame. But at some point, you've got to make a decision. Now, our quarterbacks are John Thune and Mike Craven. They're both rock stars. They're trying to make everybody happy. It can't be done. We have cussed and discussed and rediscussed. We need to start voting. Everybody needs to adult real hard, and the jackassery has to stop. I have encouraged John and Mike to tell everyone, look, we're going to start voting tomorrow at noon. If you're not happy, offer an amendment. We'll have a full amendment process. But here's the bottom line. In any legislation of this magnitude, some people are just going to have to settle for a ham and egg sandwich without the ham. That's just the nature of the beast. And I think that if you put everybody to the test and say, look, this is why God made votes, it's time, vote. I think the bill will pass.
All right, so
Guys, this is huge because, again, who are we calling out? Right now, it is on this guy right here, Senator John Thune, who, with this website, guys, Conservative Powered by Conservative Review, has a Liberty score of 51. This is a F because on his conservative votes, 24 he has voted for, but for liberal votes, 23 and missed votes 3. So you literally have, guys, in my opinion, let me know your thoughts. This is a rhino. This isn't somebody who's a MAGA. This isn't somebody who has a record of being MAGA or putting America first. And this is the guy that is trying to lead the Senate to put forward Trump's policies. I don't think it's going to happen. Let me know your thoughts because you don't have a Liberty score of an F at 51 and try and align with Trump's agenda.
information about that vote tomorrow, and then if that doesn't pass in the Senate, then you'll go back and you'll make some amendments. This is something that I've been talking with Republican House members about, particularly Mike Lawler here in New York City, who wants a salt deduction cap to be raised. And it's become, I understand, a point of contention getting this bill across the finish line and onto the president's desk. I talked with Lawler last week on the focus. Here's a bit of that.
Leaving this car, taking the truck.
The $10,000 cap is not something that I can support. I've been very clear from the moment that I ran for Congress that I would never support a tax bill that doesn't adequately lift the cap on salt.
Senator, where are you on this one? Because if it goes back to the House, Congressman Lawler told me, I mean, you need 218. He won't be part of that, so they'll fall short in the House.
Well, I love Congressman Lawler. I respect Congressman Lawler. But he and about 4 of his colleagues are demanding that the American people spend over $300 billion, not billion, $300 billion to make them happy. And that is unacceptable. If the congressman wants to vote against the bill, have at it. But it's time to vote. I think I wouldn't make any changes to the SALT provisions. I wouldn't. And if you're unhappy with that, vote against it or fill out a hurt feelings report. But it's time to vote.
Those state and local taxes that blue states, there are only 5 of them, 5 members, I should say, who represented those blue states who were pushing for this.
They want us to spend over $300 billion to make them happy. And they say they'll vote no if we don't. I say, let's don't do it. And if they want to vote for the largest tax increase in American history, they've got to do what they've got to do, but they better be prepared for the consequences.
You have a long weekend ahead of you, and the goal for Monday, we will be covering every second of it with that first vote you just told us about, noon tomorrow, noon on Saturday.
No,
Senator,
I'm not saying that we definitely will. I'm saying I've asked John and Mike to set a deadline of noon tomorrow, and I hope they will take my advice.
got it.
Guys, this is big stuff because while this is happening, guys, because of what has happened with the Supreme Court ruling, these people, look at this picture. These people aren't protected anymore. We finally have the green light. Representative James Comer is now calling on former White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre and 3 former Biden aides to testify in an investigation of the Biden team's auto pen used. He said, as part of our aggressive investigation to the cover-up of his cognitive decline and potentially unauthorized executive actions, we must hear from those who aided and abetted this farce. Guys, this is calling them out. When you talk about the cover-up of the Biden mental decline, you're talking about being held in contempt of Congress, which they've stated, which means potential jail time, fines, being terminated and fired from ever holding a government position. Guys, this is what we voted for. We have known, and we've seen this, and we're finally getting the Supreme Court rulings, the green light to move forward, and it is beautiful. Because again, too, what you're about to hear next, the limits of the use of the nationwide injunctions is changing everything. Check this out.
Has turned the universal injunctions into fish food, as well it should have. There's no basis in statute. There's no basis in Supreme Court precedent. There's no basis in English common law for universal injunctions. Judges who just dislike what Congress and a president, any president has done, just made them up. And good riddance. I'm proud of the Supreme Court. It's a very extensive ruling. You can tell it from Justice Jackson's dissent. She's mad as a bag of cats, and that's probably a good thing for the American people.
Look, we're expecting to hear from the president just moments from now at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, and he's already put on his Truth Social, and we can share that again if my team puts it up, that this is a victory. He says that the United States Supreme Court, even the birthright citizenship hoax, has been indirectly hit hard. It had to do with the babies of slaves, same year, not the scamming of our immigration process. Congratulations to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Solicitor General John Sauer, and the entire DOJ. News conference at the White House, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. What are you